Coming up today on This Is True Really News, more stupid species tricks.
Because we're good at them.
That's right. Please.
Every species has a talent. Trees grow and give us leaves. Plants give us oxygen and food. Ants annoy us at picnics. They all have a talent.
Yeah.
Ours, we are just not that bright.
So please, supplies, follow, and
Supply? What?
like, supply, like, surprise.
Surprise, yawn, and belch at
Click the damn links and follow us. Okay? That's all I'm asking.
easy, big fella.
You,
You're getting red all the way to your hat.
yeah, well, I'm just thinking about JB again.
Does your finger still hurt when you think about it?
No, I was going to put a hole through the top of that desk.
That's when I knew we had to leave.
He never understood, did he?
Never. Even when we told McDougal, he went, really? Oh. Because if you know Scott's fairly good sized gentleman. Well, maybe not a gentleman, but he's pretty good sized.
Yeah, that is.
And
for a fat guy, I'm still pretty big.
when you actually pisseth him off, as they say in the Shakespearean language, he could do harm. Now, to get him that annoyed takes work.
Oh, you have to be talented.
I mean, I've tried,
You can't do it.
and I don't even get close.
Nope.
But he was red. Okay, you're looking at him right now, right? You see the neck,
Mm-hmm.
and you see where the hat is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was all red. And it goes farther back than that. He was speaking at a rather high decibelic rate.
Yeah,
Is that a word?
it is now.
Yeah. He was leaning over JB's desk, who was, I think, JB was 4'11"?
He was about the size of my grandfather on my mother's side. He was just a him.
Yeah. Scott is bellowing at him. I'm thinking, okay, if he bellows loud enough, maybe he'll put the atoms right through his forehead. And he's got one finger pounding at the desk. And I'm thinking, do I want to be a suspect? Do I want to be a witness to a murder?
I was angry with him.
I've got kids. Come on, Scott, let's go. I had to physically put my arms around him and push him out the door.
And it was at the time that I passed the door jam that I went, it's probably a good idea.
I mean, we walked all 3 feet and okay, fine.
There wasn't a lot of struggle on my part at that
No
point.
good, because we had turns to make, and that could have been dicey if he was still determined.
So,
Like, subscribe, and follow us.
like, surmise, and follow. Leave comments right everywhere you find us. Or if you've got something longer or you want to pick on us, great. Send it to titr@netradio.network.
And
Or I'll
you do,
come and pound on your desk.
Yeah, you better call me quick, because I never know.
When it gets there, it's there.
And doesn't go away right away, but you have to get him out of the circumstance.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Well, here's one for you. This should make you feel good, warm, and cozy, like you're not the biggest jerk in the world when you pound on a desk.
I never felt like I was the biggest jerk for doing that.
Oddly, I didn't either ever consider that. An electric...
Or JB.
All right, don't tell anyone, but in the back of my head, the thought was, get him out of here, leave him, get him out of here. But for purely selfish reasons, I didn't want to be detained by the police and then have to go to court. An electronic construction sign in Montrose neighborhood, Houston, Texas, offered, well, like most of the signs that I've seen on highways, the exact opposite of helpful advice to passersby.
All right. You've just hit a dip.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Dip. Boom. You got to account for the wheelbase and things up front.
Yeah, there we go.
According to KTRK-TV, the first message read, due to weather. That was harmless enough. But when due to weather left, it was followed immediately by go F yourself. I'm guessing. I'm guessing when that
Speech
was
to text?
I hope not. Yeah, it could be. When that got out, I bet there was a line of high school boys in their car.
Just going, yes, baby.
Yep. A city inspector was able to turn the sign off.
But not before a lot of people saw it.
And then, of course, as always happens in government, Houston Public Works said that their department doesn't operate that sign.
It was them over there. Do it to them.
So we know that the city didn't do it. And according to city officials, they can't find who did.
Yes, they can.
No, it says so right in the story. Officials have been unable to find the Signy's owner.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Dude, way to mess up one day. That was pretty good.
I like that one. That's
I'm guessing
fairly harmless.
Half of the people laughed, a quarter of the people went, and then laughed, and the other thought, what the hell? My tax dollars at work?
Reminds me of Jimmy Carr introducing one of his guests on his show. And he says his personality can be best described as happy go F yourself. Yeah, same sort of thing.
Right there. In signage.
This from History
I
Fact.
want that sign for the house now.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
I could think of the variations. It's football Sunday. Go F the Packers. Vikings aren't playing the Packers. I don't care.
Family.
It's their bye week. Still don't care.
Family gathers here. Go F yourself.
Family gathers here. The bastards.
This from History Facts.
Thank you.
I love old-timey names. Benjamin Hornigold. Or is it Horny Gold?
Is that a condom joke?
No, it's not. Should be. Benjamin Hornigold was a powerful fleet captain during the golden age of piracy.
Uh-oh.
The period in the late 17th and early 18th centuries when most of the pirates you've heard of, I should say, were doing their plundering. Blackbeard, for instance, started his career.
Ho, blow the man down.
Started his career under Hornigold's command. Eventually leaving to coach the Minnesota Vikings to an unbelievable season. He eventually became Hornigold's second in command before going out on his own, as did many other notorious pirates.
While others just bought their way into famous names like the Dread Pirate Roberts. It's a franchise.
This is an early teaser for NFL coaching these days.
Yes.
It's easy to imagine a fearsome pirate captain like Hornigold filling the ship's coffers with booty.
Somehow, though, Sean McVay just doesn't have that piratey ring to it.
No, it really doesn't.
It sounds like a good Irish lad he had that O'Connell boy.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them were Irish and English.
How'd they get to be football? Anyways,
they were filling ship's coffers with booty
Horn and Gold.
From war.
Horn of Gold. Horn Gold. What?
Golden Horn.
That's it.
Wealthy merchant ships. But in reality, now this is the most interesting thing.
In reality, they were actually Phil.
Not every trading ship targeted by pirates was carrying high-value goods. Often, they would ransack a vessel just as a means to run errands. I mean, this is like, I'm just going to pop into 7-Eleven, come right back, right?
We need sugar. Let's go ask the neighbors.
Right. They'd pick up rum, foodstuffs, ammo, ship repair parts, and other basics that were critical to maintaining the swashbuckling lifestyle. And what I wouldn't give to swash just one buckle. Just one.
In your younger days.
Anyway.
Now you just like to buckle the pants thing.
Goldweiner's crew had a pretty short shopping list when they boarded a sloop off the coast of Honduras one day. According to the journal of one passenger, they did us no further injury than taking most of our hats. The pirates explained they'd gotten very drunk the previous night and thrown their hats overboard. They simply needed replacements. As far as Pirates
went,
a
hockey game, a couple of guys had hat tricks.
As far as Pirates went, old Horn Goldie was among the more polite. According to Woodes Rogers, the English governor of the Bahamas, known for bringing pirates
What's
to
his
justice,
first name?
Woodes.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes on.
Shit doesn't stop.
Most people spoke well of his generosity. Eventually, Horny Gold accepted a royal pardon. From then on, he was known as Pardon Member and made a drastic career change from pirate captain to pirate hunter. Dum, dum, dum.
Dum, dum, dum. Why does this sound like a really good streaming series? Limited.
Well, yeah.
2 seasons. First season is him as the pirate. And then the second season be him as the pirate hunter.
Oh, that would be very good. That would be very good.
Yep.
We can get an ex-football player to play him.
Have to rate it TVMA, those.
Well, and you'd think it would get in the way during the fights. That's all I'm saying.
So, remember this name. We're getting out of here as fast as we can.
Okay.
Well, not really, but remember Eric Thomas.
Okay.
Now, the 33-year-old is in business.
Okay.
Now, let's say you were dealing drugs.
Okay.
Who were the last people you would really like to see?
The police.
So our 33-year-old called for police assistance in Largo, Florida.
Lord. Thank you. I was going to say, tell me it's not Florida.
Remember, in Florida, it's illegal to possess marijuana with intent to sell. By the way, it's also a federal crime, so if you work for the feds, careful out there. When officers arrived at Mr. Thomas's place, he stated, quote, he was selling marijuana and someone stole $10 from him while he was attempting to sell it. 10 cojones.
$10?
$10. According to the smoking gun, who sometimes is as demented as we are,
And yeah, they should deserve
the cops were actually inclined to believe his story because he was actually holding 11 baggies of marijuana totaling over 40 grams as he told it. In Florida, where it's illegal to possess marijuana with intent to sell. Thomas, who has been convicted of marijuana, cocaine, and battery counts in the last year.
Oh, the stuff people do to Eveready. So we went to the same place, which is nice to know.
One Energizer Bunny. He was charged with 2 drug felonies and booked to the county jail. The thief who stole the $10 apparently is still at large.
And they're looking for him.
So what you want to do is steal from bad guys. However, if you steal from smarter bad guys, run. Run very fast.
Because
they know people with baseball bats.
Yes, they do. They go kalunk.
And it's a home run.
Speaking of dumb druggies.
Dumb druggy tricks.
Latin Times via Ronnie Tucker. Thanks, Ronnie. Police in the Florida of Europe.
And we're back to Florida of Europe.
Yeah, the Netherlands.
I think Florida should be offended.
Discovered a visibly startled garden gnome made entirely of MDMA during a drug bust.
Okay, I loved it at the visibly startled point.
Yeah, it's doing this.
That would be a really cool garden gnome. Not as cool as the BMO one with the little guy at the desk.
Yeah.
With the abacus on the side. It's very cool. I would buy that garden gnome.
This gnome, seized by the Dongamond police team,
led by Sherlock Gnomes
and Jeff Dongermond, in Noord-Brabant, I think, stands out from other busts due to its unusual shape and size, weighing 2 kilograms, just over 4 pounds, according to BBC.
Who is the Morgan girl that stood out for her shape and size? Remember, she used to run across baseball diamonds and hug people and
Morgan. Yeah. Yes, I remember. I forgot it. Yeah. The statue was hidden among...
She was named after an American admiral, I think.
Okay.
Chesty something.
Puller.
Thank you, because Chesty Morgan was the girl that would...
crawl out on stage and try to stand up.
Yeah, she ran with those things. Black eyes every week.
The statue...
Wow.
The statue, which I am forever going to call the MDMA lick, was hidden among stashes of drugs in an ongoing effort to combat the narcotics in the region, blah, 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 blah. The Dutch police shared the find on Facebook without specifying how they found it, just saying it was in a strange place. Many of us know that drugs come in many shapes and sizes, but every now and then we come across special things. For example, during this find, a gnome was found among various presumed narcotics. In itself, a strange place to keep your garden gnome, which is why we decided to test it for possible narcotics. The police each took a lick and said, oh, yeah, that's the thing.
That's the stuff.
The Netherlands remains one of the world's top producers of MDMA.
Who was that? John Constantine. Oh, old magic. That's the stuff.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of other ways to disguise your drugs, but it's a family show mostly.
I was thinking they couldn't put it out in the yard because it would simply melt.
Or you'd have a bunch of stoned animals.
Just the crickets would go crazy.
You know, make a normal garden gnome out of whatever. You have a bunch of squirrels out there looking for potato chips.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.